Good morning. Welcome to your Wednesday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist. Here with some words of wisdom for today, and wisdom words they are because they are coming from the Wisdom for Healing deck by Caroline Meese. We haven't had this deck in ages. When I was muscle testing for which deck we were to use today, the numbers just kept going, and I think it was the seventh set of cards in that particular stack of cards. So well down the pike, but obviously it was time for us to see this one. So if you'd like to take a couple of nice deep breaths. Good morning, Carolyn. Glad you are here. Just settling into right here, right now. Taking a few minutes out of your day just to be. Good morning, Renee. Glad you are here. We're just breathing deeply and easily to settle right into here and now, being fully present, just for a couple of minutes for this card. So again, we have a card from the Wisdom for Healing deck by Caroline Meese, and it has been a long time since we've had this deck. Welcome to whomever else has popped on. Glad you are here. And our card for today is See God in All Things. See God in all things. And again, if the word God doesn't work for you, good morning, Cindy. Glad you're here. You can use spirit, you can use creator, you can use universe, all that is, whatever works for you. Happy Wednesday to you too. It'll be a good day. It's going to be a good day. Why? Because we've decided it's going to be. So there you are. All right. So today's lesson, just a couple of nice deep breaths just to settle in and fully absorb these words. Put yourself in slow motion and observe everything and everyone through the lens of, this is sacred and it speaks to me. This is sacred and it speaks to me. How does that change your environment? How does that change your perception of your environment? Your goal, to learn the spiritual practice of seeing God in all things. So this actually reminds me of, I just read the other day, 10 love letters from Thich Nhat Hanh to the world. Good morning, glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. So they were beautiful letters. Thich Nhat Hanh passed away this past year, but the amount of wonderful writings that he left behind, and these were 10 letters to Mother Earth, love letters to Mother Earth. And it kind of reminded me of this, seeing God in all things, seeing spirit in all things, creator in all things, whatever word works for you. But the idea being that when we pause, when we look through the lenses of this is sacred, whatever it is, or this person is sacred, this animal is sacred, these trees, these flowers, these rocks, this land, etc. It's all sacred. When we look through that lens, we change our behavior. We change our behavior. We become more honorable and honoring in everything that we interact with. So far less likely to mistreat someone or something when we view it as sacred, correct? So this is our practice for today. In everything. And for some things, it's going to be very simple to do this, right? It's just the matter of creating the habit. But for other things, it's going to be difficult. For instance, the person who drives you nuts at work, see the sacredness in that person. The situation that feels like it's never going to improve, see the sacred in that. The difficulties, the health issues you have, the frustrating events in your life, seeing those through that lens of everything is sacred. Everything is sacred. Not only will it change how you react to it in terms of your feelings, but I think it's also going to change how you react to it behaviorally. You may find that you're far less likely to take the bait when that person at work is poking at you. Good morning, Linda. Glad you are here. You may find that you can appreciate some things about that person more easily when you view them as sacred. Everything is sacred. Everything we do is sacred. Again, go back to Thich Nhat Hanh. When I read his description of washing dishes as a sacred endeavor, blew my mind. Blew my mind. I hated washing dishes. But when you, good, glad it's helpful. Yes. When you put this through, when you put everything through the lens of sacredness, you're going to be far less likely to waste things, to throw things out. You may be far more likely to recycle, bless them on their way to a new person, whatever it is. And one of the places I learned much about this was through the Anishinaabe people in Rapid River, Michigan, where they did beautiful things, ceremonial kinds of things, like putting tobacco down before harvesting things. Good morning, Judy. Glad you are here. Really appreciating. So it changed my whole practice. The one that I'm thinking of right now that it changed was I'd go out into the backyard, into the woods behind the motel, and cut green branches for the two planters that I had beside the front door. Before learning about honoring the things we harvest, I'd just go and cut stuff. After I learned that, I took tobacco out and I thanked those branches for providing beauty for the front of the motel. It was a whole different way of doing things. Harvesting garden stuff, vegetables, etc. When you honor the plants that are giving their fruit to you, it's a whole different ball of wax. A whole different ball of wax. So, today's practice is seeing God in all things, seeing everything and everyone as sacred. So, is that going to be easy? For some things, it'll be very simple. The people you love, that'll be easy to see the sacredness in them. But again, these other things, the things that cause you difficulty, the people who are obstreperous, whatever, they may be harder for you to pull that view of them as sacred. Practice anyway. Practice anyway. Yes, beautiful. We are one with God and one with Mother Earth. And when we know that, when we live that, we're far less likely to take them for granted and to be abusive of them, right? So I was just reading something yesterday about, it was actually from the Arbor Day Society and a way to get some free trees. And I was like, I'm all about free trees. Free trees would be cool. I'm plant some trees. This is good. So look for that today. Where are your opportunities to see anything and everything and everyone as sacred? That's your mission for today, should you choose to accept it. Have an awesome Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are, including viewing everything and everyone